Hey, good morning. It is Paul Farmer here. This is Freedom Project Live, episode, excuse me, 196. Let me grab some water here. And what I like to do on these is share with you my journey online, share with you marketing tips, mindset tips, and anything else that I feel would be value to you, uh, either business wise or life wise. All right. So, to start off, I'll talk briefly about my morning routine. I actually haven't completed my whole morning routine yet, but this is before I do any kind of business stuff. So typically, I get up and I listen to some affirmations on my phone. So I pick up my phone and I have a playlist on my YouTube channel where I just go and I pull up a video that is basically just speaking affirmations. Excuse me. And I'm doing that while I'm brushing my teeth and I'm getting ready to go. Then I go and I take like an energy drink that I have to get ready for my workout in the morning. And while I'm doing that, still listening to my affirmations. Once that's done, I go and I write down, or while it's going, I write down my overall goal that I want to achieve. Uh, I'm at 14 times now, about 14 times on a piece of paper with a blue ink pen. And I also write down what I'm grateful for, however many times I can to fill up that space. So it's usually about 25, sometimes it's 30. It's usually about that many things. Okay. So I've gotten the habit of doing that. From there, I go and I do a workout. Now, I just started a new workout routine. I just completed a 100-day workout routine, which was, I'm going to say, okay. Not my favorite. Honestly, I was a little bored, but I just started it, so I wanted to complete it, so I saw it through. Um, but now I'm doing something that's a little bit more intense. Well, a lot more intense, I would say. It's like nonstop 22 minutes of doing. It's kind of like boot camp. You're doing push-ups, you're doing burpees, you're doing pull-ups, lunges, squats, and it's just consistent all the way through. There's really very few breaks, a lot of compound exercises. Anyway, the point of this is I'm a little bit tired right now from my workout this morning. But I like to do that because it clears my head and it provides ideas for me. Like the blood is flowing, endorphins are being created. So that is what I share with you. That's my morning routine. I've also started doing a couple different things too, like where I do affirmations of self-love, which is very different for me. But my mentor told me to start doing that. So I have started doing that because a lot of us, 80% of what we say is negative, right? It's negative. And a lot of us are holding on to things that happened in the past. And because we're holding on to those things that happened in the past, they're affecting our present. They're affecting now. So negative things that happened in the past that we're holding on to that we may have even forgot about, but our subconscious is still holding on to it, are affecting things in our lives. So my mentor, Darren Little, likes to say, your net worth can never outgrow your self-worth. So you have to love yourself. That's tough. That's tough for me to say, honestly. But I'm working on it. That's something I'm working on. Another thing so that's pretty much my morning routine before I even come on here, do a video, before I do anything. Oh, and one other thing I do is I listen to a training. It could be, it's usually a training from my mentor or one of my mentors that's done. I mean, they're always creating content, so there's always something to listen to. And what's great is what they're covering backs up some of the other training that's been done. So that's kind of my morning routine. So by the time I either do a video or I start connecting with people or I write an email to my team or I write an email to my list, I already have something in mind I want to talk about. I'm already in a higher energy level than I would be if I didn't do those things. So greatness is in the morning routine, and I've studied a lot of great people and what they do in the mornings, and typically it is something with mindset, something with exercise, and such. Okay, so that's that. I just want to talk about that. So really, my topic today My topic today is I want to talk about the difference between want and need. My difference between want and need. And right now I got someone calling me. So let me see if I can shut that off. Let's see. How do I shut that off? All right, I think I shut it off. Anyway, so the difference between want and need. Want and need. They are very different things. So one of the things I do with anyone that partners with me is I do a live training once a week. Right now I'm doing it once a week. As more people start showing up, I will probably add more days to it. But right now it's once a week. I was doing it every day. That was becoming a little too much for me to get everything else done that I do. But I do it once a week now. And so anyway, one of the things I noticed one of the people on the training mentioned was they started saying how they need certain things. So they need more money. They need to drive nice cars. They need a better house, whatever, right? They need. And I had to correct this person because it's not what you need. Need is a very weak energy. It's very weak. It's what you want. What do you desire? What do you want? And you have to get very, very clear on what it is you want. What do you want? So a lot of the time, like I'll be talking to people, and when I communicate with people, I actually want to know what's going on in their life, right? I ask them specific questions. And one of the questions I ask is like, what's your vision? What do you want? What's your passion? What do you want? How much money do you want to make? Like I ask these specific questions, and what amazes me is how many people don't know what they want. They don't know. They just say, oh, I want more, or I want enough, right? And, you know, that is basically setting you up to get really hardly anything. You have to be very specific on what it is you want. So when I'm writing down my goal, I have a specific amount in mind that I write down. This is a monetary goal, a monthly income goal that I write down. And I have a specific amount that I have in mind. It is not like, oh, I want more money, because more money could be 1 penny. It could be a dime. It could be $1. That's more money, right? So it's very specific in nature. So I know exactly what I want. Now, what you can do is, let's say you want more because you don't want to put a cap, is you could say, let's say you want $10,000 a month. Okay, let's just say that. So I want to make $10,000 a month, or something better, or something better. You see, so now that opens the door to more things, but at least you got something, right? But you have to get specific. If you're not specific, you know, it's like placing an order. It's like placing an order. Like if you went to a restaurant and you're like, so there's all these different items on the menu, and you don't even know what it is you want. So you just tell the waiter, hey, yeah, just whatever, just get me something. I'm hungry. Just get me something. Like you don't know what you're going to get back. Like you probably get back something you don't even want, right? So it's really important to understand this. I didn't understand this for quite a while. I started listening to Bob Proctor, and Bob Proctor talks about it. My mentor talks about it. Basically, any successful person talks about it. I was watching a training from this other guy that's done $20 million. He was talking about getting specific in what it is we want. Specific in what it is we want. Okay. And that's when you can start, you know, create a plan to go and get it. But if you don't have, Napoleon Hill talks about having a major definite purpose, like what is it you want? Because whatever you focus on, so whatever you focus on the most is what's going to come into your life. Whatever you think about the most is going to come into your life. So we want to focus on what we want versus not what we don't want versus what we need. So one of the things and it's challenging. I'm going to tell you straight up, it is challenging when you're used to saying, I need this, I need that, I need that, I need more money, I need a better place. I need, when you're used to saying that language, it takes a little while to replace it. What do I want? What do I want? What is on its way already? What am I expecting? Right. So when I went from basically making zero, now I want to preface this, okay? I wasn't new to marketing. I wasn't new. I had in the past had $10,000 months. So I had in the past had $10,000 months, but that business dried up and faded away. And I didn't get a lot of my commissions, okay, which has happened many times. So I had some success, okay? So I'm not saying I was at zero. The company I was in before, I set this intention. I went from zero to $2,000 weeks within a 3-week period of time. I had been doing about $2,000 a month, but the problem was it was starting to go down, and I never got bigger than that just because of the model. Okay. So when I came into it, I wasn't at zero. I just want you to understand that I was pretty much at zero in the program that I came into because I wasn't doing anything with it. But I had already experienced a $10,000 a month. I had already been earning somewhat full-time income and some other things. So I just want to say that because some people are like, oh, well, you just were a newbie and you started. No, I had experience. I had experienced some level of success before, but I was in a down. Like I was in a place where I needed something to happen, point blank. I needed something to happen because what I was doing wasn't getting me there. All right. So when I decided that what I wanted to do was create a full-time income with a specific program that I was in for about 2 years and I wasn't doing anything with, like I was literally making, $0 to $50 a week, $0 to $50 a week. And that was almost 2 years like that. When I finally decided what I wanted to do and I set an intention, like I literally in my mind was like, okay, I want to create a full-time income with this. I'm not doing anything else until I do. That's literally what I told myself. And, I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. I didn't know how it was going to happen. Couple of things I did that shifted the way I thought about the business was one, I got all in because at the time I wasn't all in. I did not have all the products. I was not committed to it. So when I say all in, I mean all in, all the products, yes. But I also say all in, this was my focus. This was what I was doing. I had blinders up. I was doing nothing else. Sure, maybe I was in other businesses, but I wasn't focused on those whatsoever. I was entirely 100% focused on the one thing. That is what I was doing. So I set this intention. I told myself exactly what I wanted. I wanted to create a full-time income. For that to happen, so for me, that was like $5,000. Okay, so I want to create a full-time income with this program. At the time, I had no clue it would happen in 3 weeks. I had no clue. So anyway, what happened, and this is why I tell people when they're talking to me, I'm like, hey, if you really want to break through, this is what you do. You got to get all in on what it is you're doing. If you're just tiptoeing around, if you're playing around, because I was playing around with it for about 2 years. I had the lowest product for about a year, and then I decided to go to the next product. And then I'm like, oh, I just couldn't wrap my head around putting the time into it to make little measly commissions. I just couldn't put my head around it. So I would do other things. But in the back of my mind, I was always saying, oh, no. I really like this program. I really like what it provides. I'm using the tools. I'm using the training. Why don't I promote it? Why don't I market it? Well, the reason I didn't was because I wasn't all in. So what was missing for me was a $497 product. So at the time, like I said, I had some money coming in, but it was barely covering my bills. So at the time, and my credit cards were real high. So at the time, I was like, I didn't want to put $497 on my credit card, but I was like, I need to be all in. There's no other way. I have to be all in my business because if I'm not all in, I don't have enough skin in the game, and I'm not going to do what I need to do to get ahead. So that is pretty much what I did. When I did that, when I made that decision, when I grabbed my credit card, I'm like, okay, I know this is probably not the logical thing to do, but I like this program. I've been with this program. I know this program pretty well. They pay all the time. I know they pay all the time. What the hell am I doing playing around with this? Let's go all in, So I went all in. I'm going to make a full-time income with this. That was my intention. I set that intention. That is what I wanted to do. And guess what? In 3 weeks, I kid you not, 3 weeks, I have this documented. I went from basically zero. The next week, I believe it was like 497. I have videos where I show this. The next week went up to, I believe it was 700 something. And then the next week, the third week, jumped to over $2,000. And to give you an idea of where I was at this time and how I work, I didn't even know where to check my commissions. I didn't even know. I got an email and I couldn't believe my eyes because I had never done that before. I never made 2,000 in a week. I've never done that with that program. Never happened. Okay. And I was just like, I was blown away. And I just went back to why that happened. That happened because I was all in, not just in products, because people can go and buy products, but if they're not all in. So I've seen it so many times. I have talked to people. I have worked with people. I've coached people that have gone $30,000. They paid $30,000 and they're not doing anything with it. Like they buy this product, $30,000, and they don't do anything with it. They're not all in. They just bought the product, but they just like buying things, but they're not all in. There is a significant difference. And it has to do with belief, it has to do with belief, has to do with knowing what you want. So there are people out there that just are happy going and buying things and buying things. Like people go around saying, oh yeah, people don't have any money. That's a bunch of crap. It's not the truth. Sure, there are a lot of broke people, a lot of broke-minded people. There are a lot. There are more broke-minded people than there are people that actually are doing things, right? I believe it's like 1 out of every 10 people are meant to be entrepreneurs. 1 out of every 10 in the general population. 1 out of every 10. 1 out of every 10 are going to come in and treat their business, like a CEO. They are the CEO of the business. The rest are going to dabble around, push papers, scroll the news feed, whine and cry why they're not getting results. They're never going to go all in. They're going to play around with it. It's a little hobby. Oh, it'd be nice if I make some money. One day I will make money, but they will never do the work. They will never do anything it takes. They will never invest in themselves. They will never get a mentor. They won't do any of that stuff. And they will say, oh, well, it's broken. It doesn't work. But they never worked it. That's the problem. They never worked it. So, it's funny. I wasn't going to talk about this. I was just going to talk about want and need, but I believe this kind of ties in. So when you know what you want, when you have a definite purpose, when you have a burning desire, it's funny how things show up. So literally that's my story. I went from zero in this company, $0 to $50 a week. That's what I was making. And I went to I had a $2,000+ week within 3 weeks. So from the time I started, when I decided to go all in, when I decided to put blinders on and focus only on what I had, when I set the intention to create a full-time income, within 3 weeks, I got to $2,000+ in a week. Now, after that, it kind of went up and down a little bit. But then when I hit 3 months, I was consistently doing $1,500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 weeks. Okay, consistently. And that happened. I believe that happened because I knew what I wanted to do. I put blinders on. Okay, I put these blinders on. I wasn't like, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. No, blinders. And believe me, I was getting pitched every single day. And I'm like, hell no, that's going to take me away from what I want to accomplish. So no. Okay, boom, blinders, and that's what I did. So that's the power of not saying you need something, but you want something. That's the power of setting an intention. That's the power of being committed and focused. That's what happens. So when I'm talking to people and they come to me and they're like, hey, Paul, I want to make $2,000 by such and such date. Okay. And it's way off in the distance. It's way off in the distance. And I'm like, okay, so let me ask you, like, how committed are you to that? Are you like a scale of 1 to 10? How committed are you? Oh, I'm a 10, Paul. Okay, cool. You're a 10. So this is what I recommend. This is what I recommend. You're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to have to make an investment. My advice is to get a mentor. Now, my mentor, like, I'm part of a private community, and I paid as a bonus to get this. Okay, you pay for the product. As a bonus, you get the mentoring, and he goes live in there just about every day, not every day, but most days of the week, going over things that enforce the core training. And if I didn't see for myself what this can do for people, because we can only go so far. Like, so you can have the skill set, but if your mind is trash, if you know the skills, like if you know what to do, but you are second guessing it the whole time, you are stuck on what could go wrong or what went wrong in the past, and you're not letting that stuff go. It doesn't matter the action you take. It doesn't matter the skill you have, because your mind is trash. Like, you are stuck. You have the wrong tape playing in your mind. You're on the wrong MP3, right? You got the wrong thing playing in your mind. So you're not going to go anywhere. And that is the power. That's why I recommend so highly. Because I got people that come to me, hey, Paul, so what do I got to do to make, I'll throw out a number, $2,000. Okay. So if you want to make $2,000, which really isn't a lot of money, I'm just telling you, it's not a lot of money. It's really quite simple to do. There are a couple ways to go about this. The fastest way is to invest in a mentor. That is the fastest way. Point blank, that is the fastest way. And if you can get paid a decent amount of commission. So, for example, with this program, it's $1,000 commissions. So if you get the training you need, you get the mindset training, you get the skill set training, you have a proven plan that has been proven for many years, decades, and you follow the plan, chances are you're going to get a result. Now, if you can make $1,000 commissions, don't you think $2,000 would be pretty simple? If you have a multimillionaire showing you what to do, if you have a multimillionaire proven marketer showing you offline and offline, he's done it online and offline, to what to do exactly, what is the proven plan? Like, wouldn't that help? That's why I recommend that the most, because it's not just about the skill set. It's about the mindset. It's about breaking down all those barriers you're holding on to, all those self-limiting beliefs, breaking that stuff down and getting out of your own way. Because it's the ego, it's the pride that holds you back. It's why you're not making a full-time income. It is why. My mentor says, if you're not making a full-time income within 3 months, then you're not doing the business model. You're not doing anything. You're not treating your business like a business. You're just dabbling. You're not an entrepreneur, is what he says. I'd say that. He said that. Okay. But when people ask me, what's the fastest way? I'm like, well, that's the fastest way. Get mentoring. See, people get hung up on what the product is, which is ridiculous to me. It's absolutely ridiculous. Because we got people going through the mentoring, they're not even promoting the product. They're using the training, they're using the mentoring to apply to other things. Like, I just read a story about a guy that's using it for e-commerce. He's tripled his sales in e-commerce going through the training. So the value, it's not stuck on one thing. You can use it for anything. We have there's a real estate agent who created $250,000 in sales after going through the training, after going through following the formula, and then her company went and asked her to train the team, to train the company, because they saw the success she was having. There's all kinds of stories like this. Okay, so it's not just about people get so hung up about the product. It's not about the product. Like, here's the thing. So And I know I'm kind of going in a different direction. I don't even know, but like I just want you to understand this. First of all, get started. Get started in something. Get started in something. Stop looking around and going, oh, I don't know if this is the perfect product. I don't know if this is the perfect product. I don't know if this is the perfect product. Get started in a wealth vehicle. Okay. I have things that start at $13.40. I have things that start at $53.97. I have some that starts at $39, and you can even start it at free, free 99, and make commissions. So there are no excuses anymore. Get started. Get the training. I offer training. Am I the millionaire mentor? No, I'm not. But there's no reason why we got to be broke anymore. There's no reason why we got to keep telling this sad story. I don't have enough money. Wah, wah, wah. I don't have enough money. If that offends you, I'm sorry. But it's your own doing because you have opportunities. You have opportunities. Open your eyes. I don't know what has to happen, honestly. Because I do training. Like I teach you how I went from 0 to 2,000. Okay, I teach that. I have that in my private group. I do live training. Okay, I'm not the millionaire mentor. If you really want a breakthrough, you get millionaire mentoring. As simple as that. Okay, you can't afford that. Either find a way to get the money so you can have your breakthrough. Stop spinning your wheels, so you stop wasting time, so you don't go another year with nothing, wondering what the hell's wrong, right? So you get the actual help you need. And then but if you can't do that, if you feel like it's just too overwhelming for you, then get started in something. Like I said, I got the whole spectrum here. You want high ticket? I got high ticket. You want low ticket? I got low ticket. You want zero? I got zero. I don't recommend zero. I don't recommend that. If you want to go zero, I'm going to tell you, you're setting yourself up to fail. You're setting yourself up to fail. You got to have some skin in the game. You got to have something. It's $39. It's something. But if you're starting at zero, you are setting yourself up to fail. I'm not saying you can't do it, but I'm saying typically people that don't want to put any skin in the game, no skin whatsoever, what they do is their mindset is not ready. They do not have a success mindset. They have a lack mindset, and they will not do what it takes to take that opportunity they have where they can earn commissions for free and go earn commissions. They won't do it. They won't attend training. They won't show up to live training. They won't do it. I've witnessed it too many times. It's one of the reasons why my mentor is like, I'm not working with these people anymore. It's $1,000 or up. I'm not working with anybody else. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Because when you're working with victims, like they're going to suck the life out of you. Okay. Now, I still foolishly want to help. I still do, and I do what I can. Like I do my live training. I got my recorded training. Having a low ticket like that is actually very simple to put in front of people. Most of what's going to hold you back is this between your two ears. That's what's going to hold you back. And that's why we got to do the mindset stuff. That's why we got to do the affirmations. That's why we got to know specifically what it is we want. But I think it's super exciting that even if you don't have enough money to invest in a mentor, which is my number one thing. This is what I tell everybody. Okay. It's not to sell you. It's because I know what comes from it. I'm going through it now, by the way. Okay. It is a learning curve for me. Okay. I'm not doing everything yet that is taught. I'm working on it. One of the things he teaches us to do is do a vision board. So I almost have my vision board done. I got my pictures. Got my pictures cut out, sitting here on the table. Okay, so you see, I'm taking action. I'm doing this thing, and I got my pictures and I got my background on my vision board done. Because what we want to do is like a 3D vision board where it looks like what you want is coming to you. It's not flat. Okay, it's not flat. It's coming to you. So that is what I'm working on now. And I had one of these before in the past. Like I went through this before in the past, but I didn't stick with it. But I did have some of those things come to pass, actually. But I could be honest. I'm completely honest, and I did not take it that seriously because, this stuff for me, like if you had asked me before I came online, if I would be doing meditations, if I'd be doing affirmations, if I'd be attending trainings on mindset, if I'd be doing vision boards, if I'd be considering going to like a high-end dealership and sitting in a car without even ready to buy it. If you had come to me and told me to do this stuff, I would have laughed in your face. Literally, I would have laughed in your face, because my ego and my pride was so massive that I was like, that's foo-foo. Like, why the hell would you do that? Like, what is the point of that? It's so stupid, you know? I'm a man. I'm not going to do that crap. Like, that would be my reaction, straight up. But, it's funny. Like, once you've been in the industry for a while and you've struggled and all this and you get beat up, and, that ego and that pride kind of comes down, because at some point you're going to be like, enough's enough. My mentor calls it the breaking point. You reach a breaking point. So you reach a transition. Or so if you want to change, okay, so this is what happens. So this is my story. This is how I came into it. Man, I'm all over the place today, but I hope you're getting value, because this is fun for me. Actually, I actually enjoy this. But so he says, in order for you to change, in order for you to do something where you are going to go on and get the results you want, where you are going to have the breakthroughs you want, you have to either reach you're either going to go through a transition. So you just lost a job. Okay. You got laid off or whatever. You lost your job. That's a transition. Maybe you're going through a divorce. That's a transition. Or you reach a breaking point. A breaking point is basically you're just sick. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You just don't want to do it anymore. And you're done. You're done with the excuses. You're done with anything. Like you're just, a lot of times people are near homeless or homeless when this happens. They're just in a very bad place. They have no money. Their credit cards are stacked all the way up. They just have no, really, hope is gone. Hope is lost. And at this point, this is where people reach their breaking point. Now, this happens at different times for different people, but it's when they hit their breaking point, that's when the biggest change occurs, because now there's nothing to hide behind. There is no ego. There is no pride. There is no comfort zone. It's like, I need to make this happen no matter what. I'm making this happen. I should say not need. I am making this happen no matter what. No excuses, no obstacles, no challenges, nothing is going to stop me. I'm going to make this happen no matter what, because the pain, they want to get away from the pain, right? So they're going to do the work. Even if it sucks, they're going to do the work. Whereas the person that has the job, that's barely making enough money, but has the job, is justified, right? They're justified. They're like, oh, well, at least I have a job. At least at least I could pay my bills. And they will never do enough, because they're comfortable, to go on to have a breakthrough. It won't happen. Now, do you have to go all the way to a breaking point? Do you have to get to a point where you are homeless? No, you don't, because you can visualize this. And I heard this from Darren Little's mentor. I know I'm going to say his name wrong, but it's Dr. Dobbin or something. I think it's something like that. He was saying that you don't have to reach a breaking point literally, like physically. You don't have to. You could actually visualize it, and you could feel it, what it would feel like. And then you can go out and you can, and then that could propel you. That could propel you. So my advice here, if you're open to hearing it, is don't wait until you hit the breaking point. Find a way right now. So if that's Millionaire Mentoring, which is my highest recommendation, go for it. If you can't afford that, then find something like I told you. I have a spectrum of things. Reach out to me. I will plug you into whatever fits for you best, okay, at this time. What I like to say is get started in something, learn the skill, develop the mindset, and you can go dominate anything you want. It doesn't matter. It could be a $39 product. It doesn't matter, because you have the skill set, but you have to do it. People waste so much time. I don't know about this product. It's just crazy to me. Like, I talk to people all the time that just overthink everything. I'm like, are you aware that like I'm giving you access to my group where I went, I teach you how I went from 0 to 2000 in literally 3 weeks, document it. It is on YouTube. You go, it's on my blog. I don't know exactly where it is. Locate Power Lead System. You'll find it. It's in there. I showed my results many, many times. Like I'm not making this stuff up. This really happened. But I don't know what I'm going to say now. But anyway, that's really it. What is it you want versus what you need? Stop saying need. What is it you want? Get really clear on what it is, and then figure out how you're going to do it. Start taking action. If you don't have a wealth vehicle, get a wealth vehicle. If you don't have a mentor, maybe you have something you're doing. Maybe you have something you're doing and you're not making a full-time income yet. If it's been more than, my mentor says 3 months, let's just give you a year. If you've been at something for a year and you're still not making full-time income, something's wrong. And it is time for you to surrender your pride, surrender your ego, and get a mentor. Get someone that's going to show you the plan and then do what they do. Because just getting the mentor is not enough. Because if you're not teachable, and I'm working on this myself, okay? I'm working on this myself. Like I said, this is a learning curve for me. If you're not teachable, then it's not really going to do you any good. They can only do so much. A mentor can only do so much. It's not going to do it for you. You have to do it. So you have to be teachable. You have to be open to what they have to say. You can't go into it and go, okay, well, I have a better way. Because if you tell them you have a better way, well, where's the documentation? Prove it. If you want to waste your time saying you have a better way when there's already a formula that's already proven, there's tons of success stories, tons of student testimonials saying that this works, then you're more than welcome to go and do that, but it's foolish. I'm telling you straight out, it's foolish. I wasted a lot of time doing things, But anyway, that's what I got for today. I hope you got value. I know it went a little longer today, but I feel like I really did share quite a bit. And, I really want to see you break through. Like I said, I'm going through my own thing. Like I said, low ticket for me is easy. It's easy. I've added, I think 25, maybe it's 30 now, people to a low ticket offer in about a week, a little over a week. Not a big deal, really. And that's not even posting it all over Facebook. That's all under the radar stuff. So, but my challenge, and I'm just being honest with you, is going to the higher ticket and leading with the higher ticket and having people understand like what the value is here. Like that, and that's a mindset thing. That's a mindset thing because plenty of people have that much money, but it's a mindset thing. Because you hear people talk about like, oh, well, Facebook, it's all broke people. It's not all broke people. It's who you have on your wall that's broke. You need to get a new audience. That's something I'm learning too. You need to get a new audience. So you need to find people that are on the path of personal growth. Because if all you have is a bunch of people that on your wall that are stuck in lack-mindedness, everything is lack, everything, they're a victim, they have no money, they're broke, life happens to them, they don't create anything, then you're not going to get very far. I know that firsthand. You're not going to get very far. So you need to start building a new audience. And those people, you want to focus on people that are on the growth path, on the personal growth path. So they follow people like Bob Proctor, Ray Higdon, and Grant Cardone, and Ed Milet, and T. Harv Eker, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Let's see, who else? Tim Grover, Gary Vee. All these people. There are many people that follow these people that are on the personal growth path. And those are really the people you want to get in front of, because those are the people that are going to understand the value of having a mentor. Okay. So with that, make it a great day. I appreciate you. And, if you have any questions about the mentoring program, go ahead and reach out to me. You can also watch a video by clicking the link right below this video, and you can check that out. I also have links to my marketing system below. That is actually where I went from $0 to $2,000 in a week within 3 weeks, a week's pay within 3 weeks. That's what I used, and if you want to know about the lower ticket thing, I don't have a link to that, so just reach out to me, and I'm happy to plug you into that. Okay, so make it a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.